Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunda Bihari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Jaya Girivardhari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Jaya Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Jaya Jaya Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Jaya Tira Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaura Premanande. I'd like to hand over this book to some of you, if you can give to those who wants it. And then at the end of the day, end of the class, If you want, you can take it. If not, then you can return back to me. पापा को दो, वहाँ पर दे देना, उनको भी देना पीछे. Whoever wants can keep one copy, and then okay. So you're going to read something from. You want? ये लीजिए. So you're going to read something from this book. It's a beautiful book, and I want you to introduce you to this book. So it's called as Nectar of Instruction. Nectar of Instruction. Here is the book on your screen. So माता जी को चाहिए, आपको चाहिए, आपको चाहिए. Prabhu ji, can you give it to her? Give one copy to her. It's a very, very beautiful book. Very small book. Actually, you can read this whole book within maybe one day at the most, but it won't take one day even. You can finish it within, say, 2 hours. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Huh? So please come, Kunj and Meet, come here. Have this book and sit there. You can sit here closer, so I can ask you some questions. Okay. So this book is called as Nectar of Instruction. Those who wants to progress in their life, either material or spiritual. But this book is written for spiritual life. This was written 500 years ago in Vrindavan Dham by Rupa Goswami. Rupa Goswami is eternal associate of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Here are the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan. And all these 6 Goswamis, their names are Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami, Jiva Goswami, and Gopal Bhatta Goswami. These are 6 Goswamis. These are the 6 Goswamis because of whom we are able to go to Vrindavan now. Because the Vrindavan was entirely destroyed. And these Goswamis, with the guidance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they revived the entire Vrindavan. आप गए वृंदावन? नसीब कम है आपका. अभी यहाँ प्रार्थना करिए, एक चिट्ठी डालिए, अर्जी डालनी पड़ेगी. ऐसे नहीं जा सकते. टिकट निकाल के वृंदावन कोई नहीं जा सकता है ना. टिकट तो कोई भी निकाले, लेकिन जब अर्जी जाएंगी, मंजूरी आएंगी, फिर जाएंगे. फिर तो नहीं. कभी कभी तो लोग वहां वृंदावन के द्वार तक पहुंचते और बाहर आ जाते. क्यों? क्योंकि अर्जी पहुंची नहीं है. तो अर्जी डालो, रोज इधर डालो एक अर्जी. क्या ये राधा रानी हमें अंदर आने दो, तो आएंगे फिर. ठीक है. तो ये चैतन्य महाप्रभु के 6 परम गोस्वामी हैं, जिनको आज भी आप वृंदावन में जाएंगे तो इनके डीटीज है. इनके डीटीज यानी इन्होंने जिनकी जो राधा कृष्ण के विग्रह है, उनकी सेवा की, उनकी प्रतिमा है वहां पर, तो उनके भी आप दर्शन कर सकते हैं. तो इन्होंने एक पुस्तक लिखी है, बहुत सारी पुस्तक लिखी, लेकिन ये नेक्टर ऑफ इंस्ट्रक्शन जो है, बहुत सुंदर, बहुत छोटी पुस्तक है. लेकिन अगर भक्ति में आगे बढ़ना है तो ये पुस्तक को आपको कंठस्थ करना पड़ेगा. बहुत सुंदर है. तो आइए इसमें से कुछ पढ़ेंगे. तो उसके पहले, पढ़ने के पहले हम प्रणाम करेंगे सब गुरु परंपरा को. हाँ. ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जन शलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं. वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्रीराधा कृष्ण पदान् सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च. हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्कुते. ताप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये. वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. शिला प्रभुपाद की जय. तो ये नेक्टर ऑफ इंस्ट्रक्शन जो पुस्तक है उसमें से आप पेज नंबर, I'm going to give you the page number. So you can open that page number and then you can read along with me. Page number 1. Page number 1 खोलिएगा. And then those who do not have a book, I will put the shloka on the screen. Okay. So here is the shloka number 1. But reading from the book is really, really blissful. इसलिए मैं आपको आग्रह करूँगा आप पुस्तक में से पढ़िएगा. अगर आपके पास book है तो इसमें से पढ़िएगा. So here, this is the first shloka, very beautiful shloka. You try to repeat after me. वाचो वेगम मनसो क्रोध वेगम वाचो वेगम मनसो क्रोध वेगम जिह्व वेगम उदर प्रस्थ वेगम एतान वेगान यो विषयेत धीरा सर्वामपि मां पृथ्वी सशिष्यात्. तो रूप गोस्वामी लिखते हैं, a sober person who can tolerate the urge to speak, the mind's demands, the actions of anger and the actions of tongue, belly and genitals is qualified to make disciples all over the world. So here Rupa Goswami is saying that if you really want to be successful in your spiritual life, then you have to control your senses. And that starts with Vacho Vegam. Vacha means tongue or speech. Vacho Vegam, Manaso Krodha Vegam. Man ko bhi control karna hai. Krodh yani anger. Vacho Vegam, Manaso Krodha Vegam, Jiva Vegam. Jiva means eating, taste. Vacho Vegam, Manaso Krodha Vegam, Jiva Vegam, Udara Prastha Vegam. Udara means belly and genitals. So those who can control the senses can only progress in their life. So if you do not control your tongue and if you talk nonsense, then your mind will be unstable. And then mind is unstable, then you can't focus on Hare Krishna mantra because now you are talking which is not required. Right? Then if your mind is not controlled, if you're always busy with thinking about the material things, then you can't focus on Krishna. Then क्रोध, anger. अगर आप गुस्सा कंट्रोल नहीं कर पाए तो आपका एनर्जी लॉस होता है. So you can't focus on Krishna. Then a tongue, eating more than required and eating unnecessary things. Those are the things. So uncontrolled senses are the obstacles in our path of bhakti. है ना. अगर हमें भक्ति में आगे बढ़ना है तो हमारी इंद्रियों, मन के ऊपर, क्रोध के ऊपर ज्यादा गुस्सा नहीं करना है. अगर क्रोध करेंगे तो भी भक्ति में आगे नहीं बढ़ पाएंगे. देखिए यहाँ पर एक चैरियट दिखाया है हॉर्स का. So now all these horses, they have to be controlled. If one horse runs in left, one runs right, other goes straight, what will happen? You won't go anywhere, no, right? So all these horses, you see, eyes, nose, ears, tongue, like that, all these senses has to be controlled. So otherwise the chariot of the car, life will not run properly. जैसे senses uncontrolled रहेंगे तो फिर बड़ा हमारे जीवन में आगे नहीं बढ़ सकते. जैसे कि यहाँ पर देखिए डिस्टर्ब्ड सेंसेस क्या क्या करते हैं. तो आजकल सुसाइड्स, ड्रग्स, homicides, accidents, all these are because of disturbances, are because of uncontrolled senses, right? People have now the divorce rates are increasing because people are very angry, they are crazy. So all the senses has to be very much controlled. So how do we control the senses? So in Bhagavad Gita, there is a shloka here. Lord Krishna gives the instruction. This reference is there in the book, but I'm putting the screen here. Yad samharate chayam kurmonganiva sarvasha indriyani indriyartebhyas Tasya pragna pratishtita. Translation, can you read?
As the tortoise draws its limb within the shell, one who can withdraw his senses from the sense object is firmly fixed in perfect consciousness.
हाँ, तो भगवान कहते हैं इंद्रियों को कैसे कंट्रोल करना है. तो एग्जाम्पल के साथ, तो टोर्टोइस, टर्टल जो रहता है उसको शेल रहता है. So he puts all the limbs within the shell when not required, and then when he wants to move, he will run. There is one example here. I have put a video here for you. You see this? This video, you see this? What is happening? A lion is moving towards the turtle to eat it, and then what is happening? As the lion comes further, the turtle puts all the limbs within the shell. Can lion eat the shell? No, shell is very powerful. So as you put all the indriyas are soft, right here. So the lion is not able to eat the turtle. Why? Because the shell is very powerful. So what is that shell? What is that shell here we are talking about? You see, he's trying very hard, but he's not able to eat. What is that shell? तो इंद्रिया जो है सिर्फ भगवान की सेवा में निकालना है, बाहर वापस अंदर डाल देना. That shell is कृष्ण सेवा, है ना. जैसे आंख है तो कोई भगवान का कार्य है तो हम देख सकते हैं, लेकिन भगवान का कार्य नहीं है तो उसको बंद कर दे. क्या जरूरत है कुछ देखने की, है ना. अगर कुछ अच्छा देखना है तो फिर इंद्रिया यूज करें. If there is nothing worth, why to use the eyes to read nonsense news? Not to use. Use the eyes to read Bhagavad Gita. Use the eyes to read Bhagavatam. तो इसको क्या कहते हैं? Shell. Shell यानी protection. You see, tongue. How can you use the tongue with the shell?
To chant Hare Krishna Mahamudra.
Absolutely. Or
preach.
Or
to spread the words of Krishna.
Or eat prasadam. Eat prasadam. Not to eat in the bar, which is not prasadam. We don't eat anything outside. So now you're a shell of Krishna. What is that Krishna shell? I will not eat anything which is not offered to Krishna, and I will not talk anything which is not related to Krishna. So shell is Krishna. Ears, how do you use?
Hear about Krishna, Srimad Bhagavatam.
नहीं तो बंद कर दो, नहीं सुनना है हमें. Shell is Krishna. So all the indriyas for Krishna. So our protection shell is, जब कृष्ण आ जाएंगे तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं. श्री गणताय राम श्री राधा. आगे भगवान कहते हैं तानि सर्वाणि संयम्य युक्तासि तमतपरः वशे यस्य इन्द्रियाणि तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता. भगवान कहते हैं
one who restrains his senses, keeping them under full control, and fixes his consciousness upon me, is known as a man of steady intelligence. देखिए, Krishna is second time telling Arjuna to control the senses. देखिए, भगवत और रूप गोस्वामी इसमें पहला ही श्लोक क्या कहते हैं? पहला ही है कंट्रोल सेंसेस. अगर हमें भक्ति में आगे बढ़ना है तो हमारी इंद्रियों को कंट्रोल करना बहुत जरूरी है. तो कैसे करें? हमने बात की आंख, कान, नाक. जैसे एक भगवान के परम भक्त थे, उनका नाम था अम्बरीश महाराज, किंग अम्बरीश. ही वाज अ किंग, ही हैड एवरीथिंग, ऑल मनी, पावर, प्रेस्टीज, एवरीथिंग. लेकिन महाराज अम्बरीश अपने कोई भी ऐश्वर्य को भगवान की सेवा के बिना किधर भी यूज नहीं करते थे. जैसे कि बहुत पैसे आ गए, भगवान का मंदिर बना दिया, बहुत सारा पैसा है तो लोगों को भगवान का प्रसाद बनाकर डिस्ट्रीब्यूट किया, भगवान के फेस्टिवल मनाए, है ना. फिर अपने हाथ है तो हाथ से भक्तों की सेवा की, भगवान की सेवा की. अपने पैर है तो भगवान के मंदिर जाए, धाम जाए, कृष्ण के धाम जाए, किसी को मदद करे, है ना. तो हर एक इंद्रिया भगवान की सेवा की. तो वही भगवान वापस कह रहे हैं, वन हू रिस्ट्रेन्स हिज सेंसेस कीपिंग देम अंडर फुल कंट्रोल. Not unnecessary running after this problem, right? Why do you want to create a problem? Stay out of trouble. So the stay out of trouble is Krishna.
सो ये बहुत सुंदर श्लोक है. तो कहिए वाच कंट्रोल टंग, वाचो मनस माइंड, क्रोध को कैसे कंट्रोल करेंगे? क्रोध आए तो भगवान का हरे कृष्ण प्लीज सेव मी, आई एम बिकमिंग एंग्री नाउ, प्लीज सेव मी. एंड देन जीव वेगम उदरप्रस्थ वेगम. ठीक है, एवरीबडी गॉट इट. फिर दूसरा श्लोक है, तो दूसरा श्लोक आप क्या करिएगा, ओपन द पेज नंबर, हरे कृष्ण, पेज नंबर 14. वेलकम. Page number 14 of this book. Everybody has the book? Those who have a book, open the page number 14. So let's read after me. Atyahara prayasascha prajalpo niyamagraha janasangascha laulyamcha shadvir bhaktir vinashyati. क्या कहते हैं? Translation. You want to read translation from the book, Shiva Prabhu?
One's devotional service is spoiled when he becomes too entangled in the following 6 activities: eating more than necessary or collecting more funds than required, over endeavoring for mundane things that are very difficult to obtain, talking unnecessary about mundane subject matters, practicing the spiritual rules and regulations only for the sake of following them, not for the sake of spiritual advancement, or rejecting the rules and regulations of the scriptures and working independently or initially, associating with worldly minded persons who are not interested in Krishna consciousness, and being greedy for mundane achievements.
Thank you so much. So I will try to explain briefly, okay? So here, this you see here in verse, it says Atya Ahara. Ati Ahara. Ati means too much. If you need 1 roti and you're eating 5 rotis, it's too much. Or collecting more than required. You need like say $2,000 or $3,000 a month, and you're behind $50,000. It's too much. You don't need that much, right? So ati ahara. Ati ahara means eating more or collecting more than required is problem, because more you eat, you get more disease. You will not be able, or you go to sleep also. भक्ति का नाम नहीं हो सकता. फिर अगर बहुत ज्यादा आपने मेहनत किया, प्रयासश्च, प्रजा जैसे ज्यादा पैसा इकट्ठा करना है, you have to work hard, प्रयासश्च, then what happens? You don't have time for Krishna, है ना? फिर टाइम खत्म हो गया. फिर प्रजल्प यानी gossiping, unnecessary talk. नियमाग्रह, नियम को फॉलो नहीं करना, not following. What are the niyamas? No meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling, no relationship outside marriage life, getting early in the morning, chanting, Hare Krishna Mahamantra. All these are niyamas, but not following properly. And janasanga. Janasanga means associating with the unnecessary things, like all the time on the Facebook, all the time on WhatsApp. Janasanga. Or associating with the worldly minded people who are not into Krishna consciousness. And laulyam. Laulyam means greed, too much greed. So Shadbir Bhaktir Vinashyati. Vinashyati यानी finish. अगर आपको भक्ति को विनाश करना है तो ये चीज करिए. क्या करिए? भक्ति यानी कृष्ण. अगर आपको भगवान को नहीं पाना है तो ये 6 चीज करिए. कौन सी करिए? भगवान को नहीं पाना है तो बहुत ज्यादा खाना खाइए, बहुत सारे पैसे इकट्ठा करिए, बहुत भागदौड़ करिए, गॉसिपिंग करिए, फिल्म स्टार ये वो करिए, और क्रिकेट के बारे में बात करिए, और क्या, और नियमों का पालन मत करिए, मांस खाइए, ये खाइए, वो खाइए, सब कुछ करिए, अननेसेसरी लोगों के साथ रहिए, बहुत लालची हो जाइए. भगवान मिलेंगे? इम्पॉसिबल. ये 6 चीज करेंगे तो भगवान नहीं मिलेंगे. अगर किसी को भगवान को पाना है तो हमें ये 6 चीज नहीं करनी है. कौन सी? What are the 6 things we should not do? Not eating more than required. Actually, how much should we eat? Everybody's work habits are different. If you're working too much, then you need little more, like 2,500, 2,600 calories. But if you're a sitting desk job, probably less than 2,000 calories are more than enough. You don't need much. Otherwise, you grow. Then prayasascha, कितना मैं घंटा मेहनत करना चाहिए? How many hours should you work? 8 hours is more than enough actually. Sometimes you have to little work extra, but not too much, right? Because 8 hours for sleeping, 8 hours for working, remaining 8 hours for, और so 8 घंटा सोना जरूरी है ना? 8 घंटे तो सो ही जाते लोग, 6 से 8 घंटे लोग सोते हैं. Then 8 hours for working, then remaining 8 hours, some hours for family life, some hours for cooking, some hours for grocery shopping, some for laundry, and then some for some birthday party and other things, some for movie time, some for Facebook time. क्या रह गया भगवान के लिए? Zero. Nothing left for Krishna. So that is why we should not work. If now instead of 8, now you're working 16 hours, then you are done. You have no time for Krishna, right? So just make sure you don't over endure. So here you see, here is the obstacles to the bhakti. See, all these are obstacles to the bhakti. And what is that? Your how to eat these basic demands in a way that fosters the spiritual progress rather than material entanglement. So we have to be very, very careful. So we have to be. So these are the 6 obstacles. Atiyahara, overeating, prayas, over-enduring, prajalpa, unnecessary talking, niyamagraha, not following rules and regulations, janasanga, associating with worldly-minded people, and laulyam is greed. So when you make friends, make sure they are devotees. We don't need 100 friends. We need only one friend who is Krishna Bhakta. That's it. You don't need 100 friends. क्या करना है इतने लोगों को? So like that, So here you see this person eating too much, atihar, collecting more than necessary. Then human life is meant for simple living and high thinking, right? So God's natural arrangement, simple, peaceful living with some land and milk and cow. There is solution to all the economic problems, right? So here Prabhupada ji writes here, purpose of higher intelligence, understanding God, understanding one's relationship with God, and ultimate goal is we want to achieve Krishna Prema. This is very important. So that is very important. And then human life is for inquiring to the promotion. But what is that promotion? How can I go to Krishna? That is the higher promotion. Everybody wants promotion in their life. But we have to promote. Otherwise, we'll be demoted to animal form of life, right? So we have to be very, very careful and understand what is the real purpose of life. Right? Here it says, Srila Prabhupada writes here, it says, you want to read loudly, Prabhuji? This one?
Unfortunately, so-called civilized man, not caring for God realization, misuses his intelligence to produce many unnecessary and unwanted things. Example, factories, slaughterhouses, brothels, and liquor shops.
See, this is prayasascha, unnecessary. We're producing so many factories, so many unnecessary things, and we are causing problem for ourselves. So so-called material advancement is a real problem for our life. Generally, people do not like to accept plain living and high thinking. That is their unfortunate position. So all this is from Srila Prabhupada's book here. So our motto is that we should be using all our time for service of Krishna. Okay. Unnecessary talking should be avoided. There's an example given by Srila Prabhupada, Hare Krishna. You know, a frog in the winter, in the rainy season, the frog makes the sound. What is the sound of a frog? How does the frog make a sound? Have you heard the frog? How? Drown, drown. It's good frog. I like it. So why does the frog make the sound drown, drown? What is the reason drown, drown? Rainy season. Rainy season is a mating season for the frog actually. They want to produce children. So he frog will attract she frog by making a sound. But what happens is that instead of attracting the opposite gender, actually that sound attracts the snakes. and that snake will come and eat the frog. So that sound becomes the cause of the death of the frog, है ना? तो अगर फ्रॉग आवाज नहीं निकालता तो लंबा जीवन होता था, लेकिन आवाज निकाली तो unnecessary. Huh? So we in a household also, like in a family life, we should not talk unnecessarily. Otherwise, there can be real problems in the family life. We should be very careful. Uh, we should avoid unnecessary talking with people. Nowadays, people spend their unnecessary time on this is called Prajalpa. Where is that Prajalpa? This one. Lots of unnecessary things are here, right? What should you do with this? You just throw it in the pit. We are not. We are so much addicted that we can't do anything with the phone. But actually, try to limit the time. Okay, so that is very important. Huh? So, what is the solution? Solution is that not to waste valuable time and energy. Whenever you have time, talk about Krishna Katha. That is why I gave you the books, right? You have the books. Everybody should have one book. Bhagavad Gita, this little book you should have. It's a very small book. And what you do, you read something and tell to somebody, your friend or family, You say, oh, I'm reading here, and this book says that one should mentally honor the devotee who chants the holy name of Krishna. If you read this one sentence and then put the book and then think about it, or talk to somebody about it, what do you think about this sentence? Mentally honor. What do you think about it? Sentence, I just read a sentence. One should mentally honor a devotee who chants the holy name of Krishna. What do you think about it?
Don't think any ill about the person
Who has?
Krishna consciousness.
Who has even chanted Krishna's name once in their lifetime, right? So now somebody says Hare Krishna. Oh, I should respect that person because he is taking Krishna's name now, right? So like this is an example of one sentence like that. So you can think about this and make your life blissful, right? So now one thing is about the laulyam. This is very important. Greed. One should be satisfied with. What is that, Akash? What is written here?
One should be satisfied with whatever is achieved by one's previous destiny.
What does that mean? This is one sentence. I'm just putting it for discussion. What does that mean? One should be satisfied with whatever is achieved by one's previous destiny. Which means that we have got this body. This body is now a package deal, right? It's done deal. You can't change the body. So what do? Be satisfied with it. Why do you want to go for the plastic surgery and this surgery? What is need? There's no need. Why do you waste your time and energy? Right? We are born with certain things. Just accept it and move on. Use it for service of Krishna. We are born in a family, whatever the family you are born in. That's a package. Can you change it? You can't. It's done. You're born in India. You're Indian. Somebody calls you Indian. That's good. I'm Indian. There's no problem. What is the problem? We have package deal, right? So one should be satisfied with whatever is happening. So same way, whatever is in your fate, with 8 hours of working, you will get it. If you work extra, if you have to be millionaire, you would have been millionaire long time back. But don't go crazy behind it. So like that. So, and one who has not controlled the senses will not be happy even with possessing the 3 worlds. Prabhupada writes, those who are greedy, you give them everything, still they'll never be happy. Why? Because it's the mind which is the problem, right? So we should be very, very careful and control the greed. So how do you control the greed? How do you control the greed?
Control over your senses.
Control over the senses. We talked about it before you came here. Yeah, that is good. How do you control the greed? So you have a greed, but use the greed for service of Krishna. So how do you have a greed? Okay, you have a greed to make more money. Okay, use the money to make a big temple of Krishna. Now the greed is good. Because now greed got a shell of Krishna. So you had a greed to make money, no problem. For what? To make an opulent temple of Krishna. Wonderful, make more money, doesn't matter. If you have a greed distribute more prasadam. I want to have greed so I can invite more people to the temple, give them more prasadam, celebrate more festivals of Krishna. So greed has to be transformed into Krishna consciousness. So you have agreed to chant more name of Krishna. How about that? Is that a good greed or bad greed? It's a good greed. I want to chant 16 rounds or 600 rounds of Krishna's name. Wonderful greed. So more greed of Krishna consciousness is really good. Okay. The next one, shloka number 3, page number. What is the page number? 26. Let's open the page number 26. You can try to repeat after me. Okay. Utsaha nichaya dhairyat tat tat karma pravartanat sangatyagat sato vritti shadvir bhaktir prasidyati. So second shloka was vinashyati. है ना? 6 things which will destroy your bhakti. Now these are the 6 things which will prasidyati, will increase your bhakti. And what are those? Who wants to read the translation? Meet, you want to read the translation?
There are 6 principles favorable to the execution of pure devotional service. Being enthusiastic, second, enduring with confidence, being patient, acting according to regulative principles such as sarvanam,
Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam.
hearing and chanting, remembering Krishna, abandoning the association of non-devotees, and following in the footsteps of the previous acharyas. These 6 principles undoubtedly assure the complete success of pure devotional service.
So these are the 6 things. If you do, then your bhakti will go up and up and up. What are the 6 things? First is utsaha. Utsaha means enthusiasm. So you have to be enthusiastic. What does enthusiasm mean? So enthusiasm means that you want to do it out of your heart. It's not somebody forcing it to you to do it. So that is called enthusiasm. Then nischaya. Nischaya means confidence. Confidence, right? Like say you have a nischay that I will come to temple for Mangal Arati at least once a week. Now you have a nischay. So means you will come. No matter what happens. I will chant 16 rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra every day, no matter what happens. That's a nischay. Nischay means you will do it whether happens or not. Then dhairya. Dhairya means patience, right? So all the 3 things. These are 3 important things which will help us to progress in our spiritual life and material life, both. For example, you have a utsaha, you are enthusiastic, you have a nischay, you are determined, but you do not have a patience. What will happen?
Your enthusiasm will go down.
You will not achieve anything. Because to make anything happen, you need time. It is not going to come in one day. Suppose you start praying to Krishna today and you want Krishna to listen to you tomorrow. It's not going to work like that. It will take certain time, Like for baby to come out of the womb, how much time? 9 months, right? You can't expect baby to come one day. To graduate from the school or university takes time. Similarly, to please Krishna, it will take time, but don't lose the patience. Shabri, Katha of Shabri? Shabri, Ramayan. Shabri every day used to wait for Lord Ramachandra for hundreds of years, thousands of years. And every day she had an enthusiasm, always go and bring fruits for Lord Rama and then test it. And Nischaya was, I want to feed Lord Rama. And then patience, Ramji came actually. Rama aayenge. So Krishna Rama came. So in our life, to achieve success, we have to be enthusiastic, have to be determined, and have patience. Like say you have enthusiasm that I will do the exercise starting tomorrow. You have enthusiasm. Then you have decided morning I will do 6 o'clock. Okay, perfect. Now you do exercise 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 7th day, stopped. What happened? No patience. Done. Everything zero. So everything went back to square. So all the three things are important in material life as well as spiritual life. Then it says, tata tata karma pravartanat, which means that we do the things which are favorable for our objective, not to do which is not favorable. Sanga tyagat. Sanga tyagat means giving the association of Tyaga means giving up, worldly minded people. Actually, more you associate with devotees, more you progress in the spiritual life. Shadbir Bhaktir Prasiddhati. Prasiddhati means you will progress. So these are the six things: enthusiasm, confidence, patience, activities which are favorable. Like what are favorable activities for bhakti? Who can tell me one each? Nikhil Prabhu. One activity which is favorable for Krishna bhakti. Chanting Hare Krishna mantra. Akash. Kirtan. Seva. Bhakta Seva. Meet. One activity which is favorable for Krishna bhakti.
Waking up early.
Waking early in the morning. Wonderful. You?
Spreading Krishna.
Spreading Krishna's name, Prabhu.
Reading scriptures.
Reading scriptures, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. Chanting, very nice, Prabhuji. Eating prasadam. Eating, not eating nonsense, Always eating prasadam, right? Then, Prabhu Dinesh Prabhu. Donation, Dan Dakshina, very nice. Prabhuji. Serving Krishna, very nice. Prabhuji. Control of senses, very nice. Prabhuji.
Places.
Visiting holy places, very nice. Prabhuji. Coming to temple, wonderful. Prabhuji. Non-violence. You see, there are so many of things, you already know it. These are all favorable. So if you do all favorable, you will be 100% on the way back to Golok Vrindavan Dham, right? Then next one, Sanga Tyagat, devoting, not associating with the people who are not interested in Krishna. So when you go to work, you'll find some people, you just say hi, hello, kaise ho, theek ho, sab kuch theek hai, but not going beyond that, because we know it's going to spoil my bhakti, right? So, and following Satavritti. Satavritti means following the footsteps of previous acharyas, right? So these are the six principles which are favorable for bhakti. So I've got a little quiz for all of you, and then we do Aarti within next 3 minutes, okay? Let's do this. The successful execution of Krishna consciousness activities requires 1 and 2, and I have a multiple choice for you, okay? Patience and confidence, advancement and confidence, patience and principles, patience and regulations. Which one is?
Patience and confidence.
Patience and confidence. What is in Sanskrit called as?
Nishchay.
Nischay and Dhairya. Well, you guys are scoring 100%. Next one. Okay. Oh, I have another quiz and then we have to go. Okay, let's do it here. Or here. Okay. What is the easy process for controlling the mind? Okay, here are the options. Following 4 regulative principles, engaging in the service of Lord under the direction of bona fide spiritual master, chanting holy name, all of the above. All of the above. So what is that? If you really want to control the mind, follow the 4 regulative principles. What are the principles? No meat eating, no intoxication, which includes coffee and tea. Third, no gambling and outside marriage life. She scored 100%. Very good. Okay, so engaging in the service of Lord under the direction of bona fide spiritual master, which means that you need to have a diksha. All of us must approach a guru, bona fide guru, and ask the guru, can you please accept me as your disciple? The guru has to be bona fide, which means following the parampara, like Srila Prabhupada, who followed his guru like that. So Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya, like that. Then chanting the holy name. This is very important part of the mind control. Mind chanting holy name means always keep on chanting mantra going on in our mind. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama. Always chant, okay? Then the meaning of controlled speech. What is the meaning of the controlled speech? Self-imposed silence, positive process of Krishna Katha, gradual training, all of this. All of this? What is the answer? How do you control the speech? Self-imposed silence, positive Krishna Katha, gradual training, all of this. Really?
Self-imposed silence.
Self-imposed silence. Okay, let's do this. So whenever you are in, I don't think you guys have passed the exams with multiple choice. So that is why you are failing here. When you don't know the answer in the multiple choice exam, then eliminate first. And then whatever is left, then you can guess 50-50 like that. Okay, let's do this. Self-imposed silence. Can you control your speech? How long can you keep a silence? How long can you keep a silence?
For a few hours.
Really? Except when you are sleeping, probably. Otherwise, it's not possible. So silence is by speech, by self-imposed will be temporary, right? Then gradual training, it will take a long time. And Krishna Katha, I will talk only if required for Krishna, otherwise I will not talk. Which is the best way? Which is easier? Option B, right? So that is the correct answer, right? And the last one, anger can be controlled by. Okay, how do you control the anger? Fill in the blank. How do you control the anger?
Ask Krishna to.
Through chanting, there will be like awareness between reaction of anger and control.
Mhm.
So chanting brings that awareness.
So pray to Krishna, chant Krishna's name when you are angry, right? That is correct. Anything else? How do you control anger? Anybody becomes very angry here? Angry young man? Anybody? आप बहुत गुस्सा करते हो ऐसा लगता है मुझे, आपको देख के ऐसा लगता है कि गुस्से वाले आदमी. सच बात है? नहीं? माता जी बताएंगे आप. So anger can be controlled easily by, first is, yes? Meditation. That is what he was saying, chanting Krishna Nama. Very nice. Secondly, you can think like this, Hanumanji, I'll be angry only if somebody is saying to me wrong about my Krishna. Otherwise, I'll not be angry. If somebody says to me, it does not matter to me. So anger can be controlled easily by using in service of Krishna. Like Hanumanji, when standing in front of Ravana was saying very many bad things to Hanuman. You are monkey, you are this and that. It does not matter to me. But as soon as Ravana started abusing Lord Rama, then Hanumanji said, now you are crossing the limit. Don't go there. I will burn your Lanka. You burn the whole Lanka, right? So there has to be a boundary line. And what is the boundary line? You become angry when the boundary line is crossed. And what is the boundary line? You say anything, that doesn't matter. But if you are hurting that little child, I'll be very angry. Right? If you are hurting innocent person, I'll be very angry. If you're hurting a devotee, I'll be very angry. So anger can be shown to protect or innocent or protect devotees or protect Lord himself. Otherwise, you don't have to be angry for yourself. If you become angry for yourself, you'll be angry all the time. Because there are people criticizing you all the time. Then how can you go crazy then? Right? So don't be angry, disappointed for yourself. But yes, if you can use it for service of somebody else, right? So these are important 3 shlokas I did from this book. Everybody, those who have, how many of you have this book now? How many of you have this book now? I gave you quite a few books here distributed. So those who have this book, you can take this book home, read it. You can donate $5 to the temple on the way home. And if you do not want to take the book, if you do not want to buy the book, then you can give me back here. So I'll give it to somebody who might be interested. But this is a very important book. If you really want to progress in this life, then it says 11 lessons in ancient science of Bhakti Yoga. The book reads here, across 5 centuries and half, the globe comes this compact guidebook of essential spiritual teachings. How to choose a guru, how to practice yoga, even where to live. You'll find it all in this invaluable work, originally written in Sanskrit by Rupa Goswami, the greatest spiritual genius of medieval India. Now translated and illuminated by Rupa Goswami's foremost modern successor, His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. The Nectar of Instruction is a key to enlightenment for all the seekers on the path of spiritual perfection. This is a very beautiful book. I have read this book at least 5-6 times. It's a wonderful book. I highly recommend all of you. It's a small book, not much to spend in terms of time and money, but it will take you to Krishna for sure, right? So thank you, everybody. Anybody has any questions or comments? No? Thank you so much. So we'll do now the Aarti ceremony. Hare Krishna. Please join us for the Aarti. Please come forward. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. आइए सब लोग आगे आइए. Hare Krishna. Kartam bhi karna hai. Radhai, Sitaram Lakshman Bhagwan ki, Shri Radha, Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra, Shri Giriraj Bharati, Jagat Guru Shri Krishna Nitai Gaura Premanande. Long before dawn is very fixed, and Bhagwan को प्रणाम करें। Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parijatacharya Ashwata Shishman Bhaktivedanta Swami Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parijatacharya Ashwata Shishman Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Namacharya Shri Das Thakur Ki Jai. प्रेम से कहो जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। श्री श्री श्याम कुंद राधा कुंद की गोवर्धन की जय। श्री अयोध्या धाम की जय। श्री मथुरा धाम की जय। श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय। श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। समस्त भक्तवृंद की जय। और ग्लोरीज टू संबलपुरी और ग्लोरीज टू संबलपुरी और ग्लोरीज टू संबलपुरी और कुछ शुभ में दुरान गौरी गौरा प्रेम नंदे। Hare Krishna. We'll sing the Narsimha prayer. गाइए जी प्रभु। विघ्न विनाशक लक्ष्मी नरसिंह भगवान की जय।
नमस्ते नरसिंहाय
नमस्ते नरसिंहाय Nitai Gaura Premanande Hari Hari. Vigna Vinashak Lakshmi Narasimha Bhagavan ki jai. Bhakta Shironi Prahlad Maharaj ki jai. Shri Gopeshwar Mahadev ki jai. Shri Ganesh ji ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gaura Premanande. Hare Krishna. Thank you everybody for joining us for the today's Sunday feast program. Next part is we'll do the Prashadam prayer and then go for Prashadam. महाप्रसादे गोविंदे नमो ब्राह्मणे वैष्णवे स्वल्पपुण्यराजन् विश्वासो नैव चलति शरीरविद्या च दुरिन्द्रियता एकान् जीवफेले विषयसागरे तारामर्त्ये जीवति लोभोमय श्रीमती काके जेता कठिन संसारे कृष्ण बलाम दयामय कोरि बार छिलगाय स्वप्रसादन गिरभाय सेनामृत पाव Radha Krishna Gurgao Premida Kochit Nitai ki Srila Prabhupada ki. Thank you everyone. So some upcoming announcement we have for all of us. Jagannath Rath Yatra, this is the 17th annual Festival of India Jagannath Rath Yatra happening on July 18th, Saturday, 3 o'clock at Marina Park. So please do come and pull the chariot of Lord Jagannath. You will get a lot of blessings. So we will need your help in cooking the prasadam and distributing the prasadam. So if you are available, please let me know. Anybody who is in the WhatsApp group can send me a message. Those who are not in the WhatsApp group can join the group and send me a message if you are available to help us out for the festival on July 18th, Jagannath Rath Yatra. Please mark your calendar, take daytime off from your work. The festival starts at 3 o'clock, but we'll start the setup the day before, which is 17th of July. So if you can take one day earlier off, that will be really greatly appreciated. We'll need help on 17th, 18th and 19th. So please take out 3 days for service of Lord. And then on 19th of July, we'll have Festival of Colors, Holi. Lots of fun, music, dances, food, celebrations. So be with family and friends, right? Those who are coming for the first time to the temple, anybody coming for the first time today, please raise your hand. Let's give a big round of applause to these two devotees. And what is your name, Prabhuji, again? Tirtha Ruksha Prabhu ki jai. Let's give a big round of applause to Tirtha Ruksha Prabhu. And what is your name? What is your name? Sonia. Let's give a big round of applause to Sonia. So if you're not in the group, you can scan this QR code later on and please join. Please take the darshan. There are lots of Prabhupada books there outside as you go on the right side. Lots of books there. So please look at the books. If you buy one of the books, that will be really great. It will help you and help temple to grow. And then please take the prasadam. We will need help at the end of the whole thing for cleaning. If you can stay back and help us for at least half an hour, that will be greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. Temple is open every day morning 5:30 a.m. to 1 o'clock in the afternoon, 4:30 p.m. to 8 o'clock in the evening. Morning Aarti, Mangal Aarti is at 5:30 a.m. and evening Aarti is at 7 o'clock. So please try to come at least once a week for the Mangal Aarti. How many of you want to come for the Mangal Aarti next week? I see one hand raised. Sankil Prabhu, Kunj. Anybody else wants to come for the Mangal Aarti 5:30? Wonderful. We have 4 volunteers. And then Prabhuji is always here. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki. Please take darshan and take prasadam. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Oh, you want to do some kirtan? Natasha, you want to do some kirtan? Let's do the kirtan. Where is our friend Ryan? Ryan Prabhu? Oh, we have wonderful kirtaniyas here. They do wonderful kirtan. So please join for the kirtan now, if you like. Natasha is here and Ryan is here. Harmonium and guitar. Where is Sankit Prabhu? Secretary, you want to join with the drum? Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Vedansh, light चालू करो. हरे कृष्णा करके क्या गया खोया क्या खोई गया
Let's see, that one. On here.
Yeah, for sure. They do. The melodies, they don't play the songs again. Melodies. What is the
D minor. It's like minor.
Shiva, 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 Shambho. Shiva, 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 Shambho. Shiva, Shiva, Shiva. Shiva, 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 Shambho. 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 Namadeva Shambho. Namadeva Shambho. Namadeva Shambho. Namadeva Shambho. Shiva, 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 Shambho. Shiva, 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 Shambho. Shiva, 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 Shambho. Shiva, 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 Shambho. Namadeva Shambho. Namadeva Shambho. Namadeva Shambho. Namadeva Shambho. Shiva, 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 Shambho. Shiva, 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 Shambho. Shiva, 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 Shambho. Shiva, 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 Shambho. Namadeva Shambho. Namadeva Shambho. Namadeva Shambho. Namadeva Shambho. Shiva, 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 Shambho. Shiva, 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 Shambho. Shiva, 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 Shambho. Nice to have you here. Yeah, I try to come more often now, but I have events every second Sunday, so I can come twice a month, maybe sometimes three. Depends.
I'm gonna have to practice a moment. Do you know this
I don't, I mean, I know this, but I don't quote. Or you can.
I don't know if I